Hari Om, chapter 18, verse number 64. We have come thus far like Arjun. So has Arjun. He has stayed steady in his seat as a learner, as a student, as a listener, right through the 18 chapters. And now the time comes when the teacher and the student, who have been in such an endearing, such an uplifting and inspiring dialogue, samvad, it's time for them now to part. And that is the saddest moment for all of us. We know that when the teacher has equipped the student and she says or he says that now you are equipped for the world and you have graduated, so to say, and now you can take care of yourself. That's when a student feels proud having graduated, and yet there is a sense of sadness because the teacher says now the hand holding is over, the knowledge is yours. This knowledge is yours. Once we have knowledge, no one can steal it from us. Think about it. We may have acquired and spent a lot of time acquiring this or that, and relationships and family and objects and mansions and cars and jewelry or whatever. We have spent a lot of time, but all of this can be stolen from us, can be taken away. And knowledge is the only thing that the teacher gives, and that's why it is called that Vidya Danam is the Param Danam, which means that the imparting of knowledge is the highest Dan, gift, because that is one thing no one can take away from us as long as we live. No one. And therefore it is the most precious gift that Krishna has gifted to Arjun. And now in the verse 64, Bhagwan says, Sarva Gohyatamam Bhuyah. One moment. Sarva Gohyatamam Bhuyah Shruṇu me paramam vachah Ishtosi me dridhamiti tato vakshyami te hitam. Sarva Gohyatamam Bhuyah. The highest secret knowledge, my supreme word, the highest knowledge and the most secret of all knowledge. Now, because you are Shruṇu me paramam vachah, I'm going to give you an even higher knowledge, he says, the final parting word, which may protect you in the world, in the sansar, as you function, Arjun, and it's a parting gift to all of us also. Ishtosi dridhamiti tato. You are dear to me, and therefore I impart these words, the highest secret words of wisdom to you, Arjun, because you are dear to me. Dear to me. इष्टोसी मैं दृढ़मति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम. आपके हित के लिए मैं तुमसे ये बता रहा हूँ. Now, Arjun has stood by listening, and little by little, through 18 chapters, Krishna has uplifted Arjun's mind as well as our mind, hopefully, and therefore our mind is expected to have expanded much beyond our little concerns of the sansar, of the daily concerns of sansar will carry on. As long as sansar is there, the concerns will carry on. But our mind is expected to have expanded far beyond it, to have grasped a larger purpose of human life. And so also Arjun. So, why does Bhagwan say, Arjun, you are dear to me, and therefore I impart this to you? That means Krishna is not going to impart this knowledge to those who are not dear to him. So this simply means, and Krishna is going to explain this, that in some cases even Krishna is helpless. He cannot impart the knowledge. For example, people like Duryodhan, who had no inclination. He had the mind, he had the capacity, he had the intellect, but he did not have the inclination to receive such a knowledge. Ye patrata nahi thi. So Bhagwan says, Arjun, when he says you are dear to me, it means, Arjun, you have the capacity to absorb this knowledge, to listen, and to have the shraddha, to have enough faith in it to absorb. So patrata tumhari hai, isliye you are dear to me. It doesn't mean that just because you are my cousin and I am your charioteer, I am going to. No favoritism. it is your patrata. Duryodhan cannot receive the knowledge. So it's like sowing seeds on a rock. हम एक पत्थर के पास जाएंगे and try to sow seeds, they're not going to sprout. It's knowledge to people like Duryodhan is like that. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Ishtosi me dridhamati tato, beloved you are to me. And therefore, the knowledge comes to you. My dear friend, I reveal my highest secret to you. Again, the word secret has come here, and we know very well that it does not mean knowledge which has to be hidden from the common mind and the common man, but knowledge which does not make us fanatics. It means that it is not an indoctrination. It is something that is meant to expand our own minds, and therefore it does not turn us into fanatics, but more open-minded, more unprejudiced about the world. Of course, it can be shared easily, but those who do not have the Jnana Yoga, mental discipline, and the Karma Yoga, physical discipline, and Bhakti Yoga, that is the emotional discipline, all these people will remain away from the knowledge anyway. So वो उनसे hidden रहेगा ही. For so many years, this knowledge has been hidden from us because we did not seek it. We didn't have that discipline to listen through completely. In the beginning, it may not have been so attractive, but more and more as it absorbed us, we were attracted to it. And that is what Bhagavan says, is it will remain hidden from you as long as you are hidden from it. It's something like that. So this is the highest secret knowledge. But the choice is yours. I'm going to give you, he says, another secret, the highest secret. Now, Krishna says, of course, finally we must remember, Yathechasi Tatha Kuru. You have to take your own chariot forward. I will be your charioteer, but I am not going to wield my weapons in the battle. Your battles are your own, which means what? That the highest knowledge, Bhagavan is going to guide us and tell us that, look, you are matter plus spirit. Do not be identified only with matter. Sukha and Dukha is part of Sansar. It will come, it will go. Agama payuno anityaha. Sama dukha sukhe kritva. आपको सिर्फ सम रहना है, सुख में दुख में. और फिर identify with the spirit, not with matter. And therefore you will be a little detached. Padmapatra मेवाम भसा. आप डिटैच्ड रहेंगे, you सुखी रहेंगे, समृद्ध रहेंगे. Simple truths about life have been given to you, Arjun. These are your weapons. You wield them. I cannot wield them. Krishna is not going to wield the weapon. But yes, he is going to be the charioteer because his guiding light, the guiding principles of what is sansar, what is maya, what is my true nature. That is the self, the nature of self, Atma and Paramatma. These guiding principles are there. That is the guidance of the charioteer. But how I deal with sukha, how I deal with disappointments, how I deal with rejection, how I deal with man and apman is my battle. Krishna is not going to fight it for us. So therefore he says, but at the end there is a promise that I will always guide your chariot as long as you are willing to listen to my guidance. Naturally, it's only the student who has been sincere is the one who benefits the most from Krishna's words. Otherwise, for centuries, we keep listening over and over and over, and sometimes it becomes mechanical listening without contemplation, without reflection upon our own life, and trying to see the synchrony between the learning and our own life. It will remain mere verbal knowledge. So, Bhagavan says, take this knowledge for contemplation on who am I, what is my true nature. Take this for contemplation. Vimrashya, that was the beautiful word used in the earlier verse, Vimrashya. Use it for contemplation, reflection. Now, Arjuna is listening, we have been listening, some few other thousands of people have been listening, and therefore they will benefit from it, because human nature is such, it cannot be forced to uplift itself. You can force a person to labor for you, to work for you, you can force a person to do anything in the sansar, but for a person to grow to his highest spiritual personality and to unfold his own ethical unfoldment, no, that cannot be forced. That no one can force, neither Guru, nor Granth, nor Bhagwan, nor Krishna, nor Gita. So, now Bhagwan says, Shrunu me paramam vachaha. I'm going to tell you one more secret. And what is that? Verse number 65. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. मनमना भव मद भक्तः. आपको एक ही काम करना है. तुम सब नॉलेज अगर भूल जाओ कि अरे मुझे इतनी सारी चीजें पढ़ाई थी, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग सो मेनी प्रिंसिपल्स. भगवान सेज, look, there is a simple secret. The secret is this, that manmana bhava mad bhakta, with your mind fixed on me. Now you know that I, Krishna, Bhagwan, stands for that highest infinite consciousness. The moment you remember that that consciousness is your cause and the cause of the sansar, then you cannot be led astray and become involved in sansar. So keep your mind on that. He doesn't say that, he says keep your mind on me, and you know that he is symbolizing that highest truth. Manmana bhava, let your mind dissolve